Man, Critical Smoker is just the bee's knees. He made something so smooth for me, and I just be up in here vibing, y'all. I wish I knew how to roll up. I don't, but it would have been really cool, like to be chilling. Oh, I got some incense. Maybe next time I'll light some incense when it comes on. Hey guys, I hope all is well with you and yours. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. So, um, we're going to talk about, if you didn't know, we talk about what's going on. One of the subject matters I want to get out my way because unless something special happens, tomorrow is Sister Wives Day. I got to worry about the Brown family. Cody Brown, we have to worry about them. But I do commentary and I talk about my hometown, which is Dalton, and what's going on with the mayor, Tiffany Henyard, who's also the supervisor. And I do have a different perspective that if you guys have just joined me, it got a lot of people agitated just to know that someone's different, thinking a little differently than what the social norm is right now, like the clickbait and stuff like that. It's not all clickbait. We talked about them cakes. We talked about how many cakes the seniors were getting from Calumet Bakery. And I'm like, we're gonna have to downsize on them cakes. Let me tell you. We're talking about the spending and such, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna talk about an article from 2011. Now, if you didn't know, our supervisor Tiffany Henyard, she has been the mayor for, I mean, the supervisor. So let's get to it. So this, y'all, what had happened? Hit the like button if you can. Let me say hello to everybody. Not a super duper deep live. It's just something I want to talk about, and I think it's important because, oh, Hiram, you're here. Um, how do I say it? Am I saying it wrong? I have nothing to do as it relates to credit cards. As it relates to credit cards, I want to talk about the big credit card gate and some of the things I want to talk about is, yeah, like Frank only had one credit card for what we understand, right? From what we were told. Um, I, I feel like a lot of things need to be accounts payable and receivable, like the snail way, if you will. Because credit cards can get out of hand no matter where you work. Credit cards, when departments have credit cards, things get wiry. So he had one credit card. I want to talk about some of the expenditures that was reported by the Illinois projects, not project. Now, the first time I heard about this website, Illinois Project, I mean the way they reported things was Trina Down. So I want to give her credit there. She was one of the first people that pointed me in the direction of the Illinois website, and I started to Illinois Project website, and I started to research this website and what they were saying and cross referencing it, and I'm like, man, like I feel like Tiffany sometimes. Y'all ain't say nothing about that. You know what I mean? And I also want to say, um, it's crazy that he was a supervisor for what 30 years. Tiffany came in and she was appointed by the board. The board, I always find this really weird. The board was, in my opinion, so messy. They wouldn't even vote for a second for themselves. They wouldn't even vote for one of their own. You know what I mean? So Tiffany was the last name to be called at the stroke of midnight. And here they go. Chris Gonzalez, who is very vocal. He can't stand her. He's the one that nominated her. He came over to Dalton and he all of a sudden was on a Dalton commissioner board. I don't know what that's about, but okay. I don't know how this stuff works. And it's all like everyone's really gentle and like, oh, he said he's sorry. Carmen Carlisle, the mayor appointed her. The supervisor, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm commingling her titles. The supervisor appointed Carmen Carlisle after Joyce passed away. She's very vocal. It's a problem now. I just wonder why no one even cares that it's a problem. And when you say it's a problem, it's like, oh, you're supporting Tiffany. No, it's just I got two ears and two eyes, and something ain't in the buttermilk ain't right, right? That's all it is. Hey, Gardis. So I just want to go over this article, and we're just gonna. This is in the press, so it's nothing that Burgundy's coming up with. I just want to read it to you if you didn't know about it, so that you could come up with conclusions for yourself. I don't know how long this video will be around. I don't know. Like every day, like I said, we went over those. I feel like we all need to see line items. I don't know why it's a board meeting and people are taking things. Now I'm going to pivot to Dalton. Remember the lady that was running for mayor in Dalton? She got up to the board meeting and she said something about her escrow. And then Trustee Belcher said, well, we don't take anything off. We take this off, we take that off, but we don't take any escrow off. Sometimes they read line items, sometimes they just read the numbers. So the community is really confusion, you know what I mean, when it comes to that, because it's like it's no standard way. Nothing's going up on a jumbotron on both sides. Nothing's being printed out for people to read it. So it's really no transparency, period, both sides. So I wanted to bring that up. So when we heard Robert Hunt this week read off what was taken off the warrant list by the trustees, it was some things I did feel like Tiffany spent too much on. From you guys know, I love fashion, I love entertainment. I know from an entertainment standpoint why she got those black cars for Kiki Wyatt to transport her around Chicago while she was here. But that's not a cost that the village should have. I mean, not the village, the township should have had to get in this climate. I also understand that she was less. She spent less than Frank did. I get that. But in the climate, it just wasn't smart to say, "Hey, Kiki, here go 30K plus we're gonna cater to you." No, it just can't be like that, because people are gonna talk, and it's overkill. And that money could have went somewhere else. So I get it. I get both sides, but yeah, you could have just got local entertainment. Local entertainment is fine and call it a day. I also understand the board been done did, and I'm using those words in the wrong way on purpose. Approve that, you know. So it's really interesting to see. Thanks, Cynthia. Um, it's really interesting to see how it's you get a budget. Okay, I never been in a municipality, but I do know everything public record, right? I mean, I've been in a municipality, but I never had to use a budget. So let's say that you guys hire me to do whatever, to do a job for $50,000. Yes, I have the ability to do the job for $50,000. Yes, you gave me a budget of $50,000. However, it's very impressive if you can stay under budget, because the people will appreciate it, and the people will come back, if that makes sense. So if you give me a $50,000 budget, that doesn't mean I need to spend all 50,000. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to still pinch pennies where I may. Now we might can't have steak from Michael Jordan's steakhouse. We might have to get cheeseburgers from White Castle. I don't know, but it's always fun. We might have to rent a taco truck, and the people will still appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, it's always better when you can stay under budget. And I think that Tiffany being new into this and not having good people, like, to me, people are like, you got it, you in charge, you can spend it, and she's listening. No, you stay under budget. And good leadership does that. That's what I mean. So let's get into this article, guys. Mm-hmm. Hiram said a local act might have cost 5 to 10K. I agree. I agree. So you guys, I had such a good day today. So everybody that bought something from me is shipped today. I'm sorry, I was supposed to ship it out Thursday last week, Thursday, but I didn't get to ship it today, and everyone has something special in their box. Also, the prize winners, I'll send tracking information between tonight and tomorrow. If you want a prize from me, that's on the way as well. So I just want to let you know. And shout out to the person that she want to remain anonymous. Look, I got my first donor. But shout out to my girl that donated for people to get the ties and things of that. I appreciate. She was like, just give them to people. They'll all be able to get it. So thank you to her. She want to remain anonymous, child. Um, Thank you so much. Hey, Steven. So let's get into this article. All the ways to support your girl is in the description box. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, please. I put that link in there. And also, if you can support the channel, we have Cash App and Zelle. You don't have to. Just letting you know, we got it. Okay. So let's get into the article. And it's really disheartening that people act like this knowledge is not out there. Frank is not the first politician to do it. Tiffany's not the first politician to do it. This is just, I want to do a comparison because I always hear her say, y'all said nothing when Frank was up here. So I want to see how true that is. Cause I, like many, I'm sorry, because I just want to be real. Now everybody all of a sudden is they never miss a meeting. I wish, because see, I was looking for the old board meetings and they had it on teleconference a lot because it was COVID, like the ones closer to Tiffany time. And I just want to see how many of y'all was sitting in them chairs. How many of y'all were checking on your community? I just want to know. I wasn't there. I'm just asking. Now, when I go to Dalton, I could visibly see Mr. Dan Lee, Mama Hill, so many people that we see now, but those chairs were empty. Now y'all come up in here acting a fool. And half of y'all don't even live in the township. Just saying. A lot of y'all. Just saying. Just saying. Now, say what you want. I'm just saying. You just in there. All right, so let's go. I mean, if anybody could tell me if they were at any of those board meetings, if the chairs were filled, let me know. I just really want to know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Did we have to ever in Thornton Township, besides a town hall meeting, have to go downstairs because it's not enough room for people to enter the? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Okay, let's go on over to um this article. So this came from the Illinois Answers Project. Investigation, solutions, and impact. Now they just didn't. This is from 2011. They just didn't cover Frank. They covered a lot of different cases, but I just want to bring this up. It says, "Is this township official living on Easy Street?" And it says Frank Zuccarelli. Sorry, Frank Zuccarelli's job carries a six-figure salary and an array of benefits. Now, Frank Zuccarelli was he was the township supervisor since he was in diapers. So sorry guys, let me just one. He was in diapers, child. So I understand. I'm agreeing with he earned his salary. But let's talk about it. Frank Zuccarelli's job carries a six-figure salary and an array of benefits, including health care, okay, an annual expense account of nearly 25,000. Now this was in 2011, y'all. In 2011, he had a Yukon Denali, a credit card, and even a parking spot. So I want to pause right there. Now, if this is 2011. He did not pass until 11 years later. May he rest in peace. My question is, they paid for his Denali? Because sorry, I got the hiccups. Because if they paid for his Denali, what I'm asking, like, doesn't Tiffany get a vehicle that they pay for? Because remember, it was that huge thing where everybody thought that her BMW was paid for by the township. Maybe it's one of the Tahoes. I don't know. But if he had a Yukon Denali with you guys, that was really the thing back then. Shout out to Frank. Um, and the township paid for it. Nobody said anything. So far, let's keep going. And I've never been, and I've worked for municipalities. I've never been somewhere where people did not get a car. Heck, I worked for a when I worked for this one municipality through a temp agency. True story. They had me on temp for about a good year. I had a vehicle. I had a Ford Taurus that I could drive back and forth because even though I was with the temp agency, now that probably wasn't right, but they sure enough gave me a vehicle. I never drove my car. I drove the municipality vehicle every day. So yeah, like I don't know, and that wasn't Dalton. That was another area, and it was because I was in charge of a department. So I got a vehicle. I don't know. Isn't that he? Karen says Zuccarelli. I'm sorry, you made me think of Cinderella. Cinderella. Zuccarella was modest with it. Yeah, he was modest with it. But I don't think we ever found out if Tiffany BMW. I don't think that ever was resolved. Like a lot of times things just go out and nobody resolve it. And it just be a whole story and it's like, okay, was that true? Was it not true? Because I my attention span be over, child. So it says such like, oh, I didn't even finish. See, I was running my mouth, didn't finish. Such perks aren't unheard of in the private sector, but Zuccarelli isn't a corporate executive. He's an elected official, the supervisor of Thornton Township since 1993, meaning taxpayers are paying for his salary and other benefits. At a time when numerous Chicago area residents are out of work and struggling to stay afloat financially, Zuccarelli's compensation may seem overly generous, another example of a system that too often benefits insiders. Now, like I said, I'm always going to say both sides. 1993 to 2011, I think that's fair. Like you ever had a job, you progress in the job. I think that's fair. Like if he got a car he could bring home, he's his salary is increasing. I can get with that. I don't It's no big deal there. Okay, let's continue. After all, he earns two paychecks from taxpayers. Aside from his full-time job at Thornton Township, he holds a part-time position with Cook County government. What position was that? And stands to collect two. Because I thought he was at South Suburban College. He was at Cook County government too. Ooh. And stands to collect two public sector pensions down the road. Several family members. Okay, hold on, because y'all about to be mad. Hold on. Let everybody put the tiki torches, put the fire in the chat. They about to be mad just because I read this sentence, child. Several family members also have joined the township payroll under his watch. Oh, he was the chairperson for the Cook County Democratic Party. Oh, okay. Man, you know what? I don't know if I ever could do, even though even me talking on YouTube has become like this political thing. I don't think I ever could be in politics. It's just too much. It's just too much. Um, so look, Zuccarelli was hiring his people too. He was hiring his people too. He was hiring his people here too. He had two seats as well. Okay. And it stands to collect two public sector pensions down the road. Several family members have also joined the township payroll under his watch, including a sister. Zuccarelli, your sister was working there, and aunt and a cousin. Zuccarelli confirmed to the Better Government Association. I think this is like I mean, I work for a mayor who twin brother worked for him. So it's not like that doesn't shock me. Like it probably shocked like when people be talking about Tiffany. I'm like, you do know that the mayor twin brother, not just his twin was working for him. So I don't see the big, if it's something wrong, say something. Say something. And then when the mayor died, they made sure to keep the twin on payroll for years. So I see it every day out here. So that's what I'm saying. Like even with Tiffany, like I sort of see when she be saying nobody has nobody had nothing to say. I agree with her there. Y'all wasn't saying that any other time. Now Tiffany, I guess if Zuccarelli's sister could work there, Tiffany boyfriend could work there. Guess so. I mean, they ain't related unless he married her. Then if he married her, the ZAP program turned to WAP, and that's a whole different story. Let's continue. He is the highest paid township supervisor in Cook County, but Zuccarelli at 60 says he earns his paycheck. Not only is Thornton the county's largest township, covering part or all of the 17 south suburbs, such as Dalton, Calumet City, and South Holland, it provides key social services, including food assistance and job training, to an area ravaged by the recession, he says. I do a good job and I'm busy all the time, he says. The people who live in this township are getting a good bang for their buck. Oh my goodness, he said that? That is hilarious. If he stays on the job, Zuccarelli stands to make even more money. Now, Tiffany would have said that, y'all, everybody be like, oh, come on, get her, get her up out of here. He is currently paid a salary of $100,800, and his total compensation, excluding health care, will top $140,000 in 2011, according to interviews and township records obtained under the Illinois Freedom of Information Act. His supervisor's salary will jump to 128,000. I'm sorry, like Stan, 128 $520,000 if he's reelected to a sixth term in 2013, thanks to a resolution. I'm reading this with y'all. Thanks to a resolution quietly passed earlier this year by the township board. Put a pin in that, y'all. So they increased his pay as well. He ran unopposed in 2009, and he says he plans to run again in 2013. I would. The township pays for the monthly hold on. Anybody, y'all got tea? Anybody got their coffee? Are you sitting down? Anybody sitting down? Because this cannot be real. Y'all, is this thing on? Is this thing recording? It says the township pays for the monthly lease on Zuccarelli's Denali, as well as his cell phone bill. I'm reading this slowly, business related travel, and 24,600 and other expenses that don't. Hold on. Hold on. All right, is this thing on? Is this camera on me? Listen to this part, you guys that's going to get mad and be angry at Burgundy. This is in writing. Hold on, let me make this bigger. In the words of Della, that's what she said. Let me make this bigger. Okay. And this is a 2011, and $24,600 in other expenses that don't have to be documented. That don't have to be documented. Let's continue. In addition, he has use of a township credit card that since January 1st, 2010 has charged, amongst other things, $1,399 dinner at Springfield's Chesapeake Seafood House. Now, y'all go back to 2011. In 2011, what was going on? Apple bottom jeans? Was that boots with the fur? What was going on back there? $1,400 at a steakhouse is expensive. $1,000 in White Sox tickets. $988 dinner at Bellagio restaurant in Homewood. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. That mint sauce, you guys, Bellagio's used to be the mint sauce with the lamb chops. Ooh, I understand, Zuccarelli. That was some good eating. $146 meal at East Peoria Pancake House. Oh man, I thought Tiffany was the only one spending money on pancakes at Blueberry Field. And a $24 car wash. A $24 car wash, according to township's records obtained under FOIA. Zuccarelli says he will expense a meal if it's for township business, as was the case at Chesapeake in November of 2010. On that occasion, he said he picked up the tab from some state lawmakers whose districts include Thornton. On another occasion, he spent $382 at the restaurant. The baseball tickets were given to youth committee members as part of an outreach program, he says. He couldn't recall the reason he expensed the Bellagio meal, and he shrugged when asked about a car wash and another curious expenditure, $950 for OnStar, a vehicle security system. You guys, OnStar, did y'all think that was a ripoff? Now, OnStar was so expensive back in the day. But I did get in a car accident before, and OnStar called my car, so it was worth it. Meanwhile, Zuccarelli is paid $38,530 a year to sit on the Cook County Employee Appeals Board, an obscure panel that handles appeals from non-union county employees who are facing demotion, discharge, or suspension. He was appointed to the board by then Cook County Board President Todd Stroger. Y'all, where Todd at? You know what? I always feel bad for Todd. I just felt like he just has such big shoes to fill. I remember he came to Dalton before, but I think it was opposed to the no. We were back in Todd. We were rooting for Todd, I think. But he just was a little guy. I don't even know what to say, but he had big shoes to fill. His I feel bad for Todd Stroger, Jesse Jackson Jr., stuff like that. Like, it's so bad when you just have that name and you can't really complete what you need to do. Hey, Lana. I agree, Gardis. I agree. I agree here. I agree. Okay, let's continue. If Zuccarelli continues at the county post until his term expires in 2016, he will be vested in the Cook County Pension Fund. Oh, wow. You know what? Now that's smart. So can you get more than one pension? So can he collect a pension from the Cook County Pension Fund, right? And then he still can be supervisor of Thornton Township? Man, big bag, big bank. Amen. Look, let me tell you something. I had an elder tell me, work smart. What do they say? Work smarter, not harder. I guess that's what he was doing. He already is vested in the township pension program through the Illinois municipal. Dang, I didn't even get to that part. Well, he's already vested in the township pension program through the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund. It is unclear whether Zuccarelli's relatives on the township payroll will also receive Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund pension. His sister Candace is a deputy clerk in the township assessor's office. What? Earning $44,972, while his aunt Mary makes $19,547. That's just so cute. Aunt Mary up in there getting her bag. And his cousin Paula is paid $38,646 for work in the township senior services division. Zuccarelli holds 2 other non-paying government and political positions. Dang. Democratic committeeman in Thornton Township and chairman of the South Suburban College Board. From 2004 to 2009, he worked in the Cook County Recorder of Deeds office. Good googly moogly, you guys. In recent, Zuccarelli was moving and shaking this county, baby. In recent years, the BGA and other good government advocates have raised questions about the need for township governments. They have been trying to get rid of the township government for a while, y'all. In part because of their free spending ways, in part because services they provide are duplicated by other public agencies. That is true. And yeah, this story was written and reported by BGA investigator Andrew Schroeder. Wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. So I want to share that with you guys. I was wondering if you guys heard of that, what you thought about that. So Zuccarelli had a credit card, and he has Lori Lightfoot has shrimp and lobster, and so did Frank Zuccarelli. What do you think about that? Is it more to the story that we just don't know? Like, when we hear Tiffany talk, I can't agree with every single thing, but I do have my ears open up enough to say, yeah, so let's get the background on that. Like, how does this work? And what's your plan? Like, I do think, okay, let's say you want to cap the spending. What's the plan? Are you meeting with department heads? Are you figuring it out? It just can't be y'all meet every month and you're just stalling and stalling and stalling. The only people that get hurt are the residents. That's the only people that get hurt. So what is the problem? You know what I mean? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me go to the comments. I'm looking at the numbers. I may run for something. Just get you a P.O. box, boo. That's all you got to do. And this is very true. What's he doing differently? I think that maybe, and that's 2011. So I would love to know these things. What's Tiffany? We see that he got a company car. What's Tiffany's company car? If she's doing township business, why can't she take? I mean, you're not gonna take an official or people out to Long John Silver. You take them to somewhere nice. You can't really talk at the Cheesecake Factory; it's too loud. So you take them somewhere nice with the cloth. Okay. So I'm just wondering, what's the difference? What is the difference? Let me know. And Frank, he was around a lot longer. He knew how to move and shake, in my opinion. He knew how to move and shake. And it's like Tiffany got all this opportunity at one time. And then the people around her, I don't think they really didn't know what they were doing. Like, I'm not saying she could have trusted people that were there, but she might have needed to get some really good people on her side, not just people that she was given a chance to. It was a lot of people that Tiffany brought on because she felt like, I'm going to bring them up and give them a chance. And look at what happened. Like I always say, we can say what we want, but we're clapping and screaming and hollering. But those people that we're clapping for put us in the situation we're at now. Y'all the one that put us here. So if you feel like Tiffany's the problem, they're as much as the problem, because they're the one that advised us to put her here on both counts. So what's the tea? And I'm going to close with this. Gardner says, Tiffany just never had the political bandwidth to handle what Frank was able to manage. Very, very true. All right, you guys, let me know what you think about this article. I appreciate you so, so, so much. Let's make sure you take care of yourself and each other. And we weren't long-winded today, but let's go ahead and, I know y'all going to be mad at me, but this is the only thing I'm trying to do.
So all I'm saying to you is, like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight. Because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not going to do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip.
You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in Springfield?
You need to ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled that. I was just riding the bike.
We need more.
All right, you guys, take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and thank you for all y'all support. Thank you so much. Everybody packages went out today. Thank you.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy.